Okay, so this is day 5 with BYD ATTO 3. We just wrapped up at IAA Mobility. It was a good show. We captured a lot of good things at that show and decided that, spend a little time sort of doing some sightseeing or being tourists here in Munich, Germany. But we also wanted to check out Salzburg, Austria. So we're headed down there now and roughly 163 kilometers away. Roughly a 2-hour journey there. So the BYD ATTO 3, it's favorable. I guess I can say at this point, very accustomed to the car. Aren't any real sort of major issues with it. Actually, let me take that back. The one major issue is I don't like this interior. There's sort of a steampunk thing happening with it, with some of the controls and the levers in it. So for example, the AC ventilation unit, I don't like that at all. It doesn't make sense. It is very unattractive, and it's really just not doing anything in terms of helping the appeal of the interior of the car. The interior, the seats are quite comfortable, maybe a little bit on the narrow side for someone like myself. Average height, average build, I would say. And then the interior has blue treatments in it as well, and I don't think that this is really sort of something that would really hold up over the long terms in terms of its appeal. So I'd like to see BYD address that with gray or black or something like that. I know that they were going for personalization, but it just doesn't work in my opinion. But the materials are reasonably good, and they are quite comfortable, but there are a lot of refinements that are needed in this interior. So what else can I say about the BYD ATTO 3? This panoramic moonroof has been very nice. It's been very sunny here in Munich, and we've not had any issues with the moonroof adding heat into the car, so that's been a nice touch. And the other thing too is not related to the ATTO 3. We just weren't able to get it to work with supercharger, Tesla supercharger. I don't know why. I do think it is something to do with the ATTO 3, not supercharger. If I find another supercharger along the way, I will try it again. But we were able to get it working with ChargePoint. Again, still had some issues with payments with ChargePoint, which I think are totally inexcusable on ChargePoint's part. And so, but ultimately we got it worked out with the help of my cousin. He joined me on a podcast previously, and we were able to find a solution for charging the ATTO 3 here in Germany. So that's where we are right now. But overall, it's solid. Again, no major complaints with it, and really been a pretty enjoyable experience overall, save for some of the issues that I've outlined.
Okay, so it's day 6 with BYD ATTO 3 that we've rented in Munich, Germany for IAA Mobility. And now we're here in Salzburg, Austria. And this is pretty much a wrap up for us with the BYD ATTO 3. It's our final full day with the car. But everything so far has been quite favorable. There's really not much more to add. I've given my impressions on the driving experience. One of the things that is a concern or maybe an annoyance to a driver is at high speeds, you can hear the wind sort of whipping off of the upper pillar here. But the car handles well at road speeds. We've driven it to Ingolstadt from Munich as well as to Salzburg, Austria from Munich. This is a very good car. The only real complaints are the interior. I mentioned the steampunk sort of interior kind of accents that are not very appealing. The sort of blue two-tone interior, that could really be improved as well, but I think these are sort of easy refinements for BYD to address. And then also some things that really could also sort of be refined in terms of the vehicle itself. So for example, along the back, it has the Build Your Dreams sort of logo sort of emblazoned across the back of the car. Really not necessary. Here along the headlights, it says LED technology. Right, it sort of gives you the kind of sort of knockoff type of impression if you're buying kind of a counterfeit product like, sort of fake AirPods or something like that. Really not necessary for a car like this. One other thing that we've noticed as we were driving it around was that we did kind of see some sort of examples which we could not tell if the other car that was similar in appearance was a BYD ATTO 3. So that would be the VW ID4 as well as the Mercedes-Benz EQA SUV. So we saw quite a bit of that as well, and not really sort of a good look for BYD. Maybe some sort of copycatting going on. But one of the things that I've mentioned at IAA is that the Chinese have really sort of developed their EV industry very fast. They are very formidable. And so these are the types of things, as they continue to gain momentum, it won't be them copying someone else, it will be everyone trying to keep up with them, because BYD really has made a great impression with this product here with the ATTO 3. So what's our verdict on it? Say it's definitely something in the consideration set. So I wouldn't sort of outright recommend buying it. I would cross shop it with other options, and then also see if you can live with some of the things that I mentioned in terms of, again, the interior treatments, some of these other things like the sort of exterior refinements, and whether you are okay with a vehicle that may sort of more or less be a copycat of other vehicles out there. It is very hard to distinguish this car from other cars. So that's our wrap up. It's been a pleasure to have the BYD ATTO 3, and we'll be back with you more with other EVs and other tests. So thanks for following this sort of daily sort of journal, 6 days with the BYD ATTO 3, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.